Oh, hurry, that train is coming. Hear those rails are thrumming. And if you take the A train, you'll find the hardest place in town for jazz and swing. Matt, keep it going, please. Give me a vamp. We've got the wonderful Matt Wakefield on piano, ladies and gents. For those of you who've never been to a Dial Up before, a huge, huge welcome. To those of you who have been before, lovely to see you again. Glad you're here. Matt Wakefield is a maestro on the piano, and if you would like to be accompanied tonight, please do let him know in advance, and he'll do his best to create some piano backings. He plays by ear, so if he knows the song, he'll do his best for you there. But equally, I know we've got people with guitars, we've got people doing poetry, we've got people doing comedy. It's going to be an amazing evening, so sit back, buckle in, and be prepared for a fantastic night's entertainment. Whoa, you must take the A train till you find the pump house theatre here in Watford. And if you take the A train, you'll find the hardest place in town for jazz and swing. Whoa, 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 hurry, that train is coming. Hear those rails are thrumming. And if you take the A train, you'll find the hardest place in town for jazz and swing. The hardest place in town for jazz and swing. Yes! Thank you very much. Wow, it's lovely to see such a crowd. And it means we've got to do some housekeeping before we go any further tonight. The first thing is everyone comfortable? Is everyone happy where you're seated? Everyone's got a seat, which was a little bit of an issue before. It looks like everyone's comfortable, everyone's happily seated. If you need the bathroom at any point in the evening, it's the blue doors to my left through there. There's gents and there's ladies through there, so do feel free to head straight out and enjoy the facilities there. And the more important facility is the bar. It's going to remain open all night, no interval tonight. We're going straight through. So at any point you feel you want to refresh, re-imbibe, do get up, go and get yourself another pint. I'm delighted to say that the Pump House is really supporting us tonight in this celebration of LGBT Awareness Week. And so, yes, let's give it a round of applause. So important to celebrate that and to recognise that every year, February is nationally a month where we celebrate lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, questioning, queer, intersex, asexual, all of those that you don't have to be a letter of the alphabet, by the way. We welcome allies too, and I know we've got a lot of allies here tonight to help celebrate with us, so that's marvellous. But the bar is open all night, and that really supports the Pump House, so drink hearty. There are loads of things that I'll be telling you about this evening, loads of things to mention, but we've also got a really long list, so I'm going to make sure I power through it. But before I bring up our first guest, let me just introduce a very special person. We have Tony in the corner over here. Can we have a round of applause for Tony, please? You might want to make that louder, because that man's going to be doing you favours tonight. Tony is our official photographer for the evening. He's got perfect situation there, prime spot. If you don't want him to take any snaps, just let him know and he won't. But otherwise he'll be taking, not snaps, but marvellous panoramic, photogenic images all evening long, many of which may end up on our Dial Up Facebook page or on our Dial Up blog. So do let him know, give him a little wink as well if you want that kind of sultry lighting. He'll sort it all out for you. Our first performer this evening. Please put your hands together to welcome Sylvia. Woo!
right.
So Sylvia, we're so impressed that you've come to us with a guitar in one hand and a crotch in the other. Do you need a hand? You're okay? Everything up here okay?
Yep.
Fab. Let us know if you need anything.
All right. So, it's been a while. Yes, Hobbit height, that would be ideal. It's been a hot minute. I've not actually performed anything since COVID started, so it's been a while. Hello. Now, this is a song I'm only just learning, so the guitar is going to be very timid. But it was sort of too. No, I'm alright. It's more for me than anything else. But it's too fitting not to share with you guys tonight. It's a song by an animator, artist, and singer-songwriter called Rebecca Sugar, who has done huge amounts of work in terms of writing and representing LGBT experiences and life and issue in children's television. Their idea being that the sooner people are exposed to it and understand that it's okay, the less likely it is for someone growing up to feel shame or to feel excluded or to feel that they should exclude people who are different from them. Yeah, so here it goes. I don't need you to respect me, I respect me. I don't need you to love me, I love me. But I want you to know you could know me if you change your mind. If you change your mind. You think I'm no good, don't you? Just admit it, just admit it. And it gets to me sometimes. If I let it, it's easy to let it. It's easy to forget. I don't need you to respect me, I respect me. I don't need you to love me, I love me. But I want you to know you could know me if you change your mind. If you change your mind. If you change your mind. If you change your mind.
Thank you, Julian. Doing this always reminds me how tall I am. Reposition everything. In fact, I'd probably do this from over here. Oh. Whilst this gentleman is here, I should say a huge thank you to everybody at WOM. So Ellie, Nigel, Daniel, Scott, who I can't see, but he's somewhere here. Where is Scott? Just...
Gone to the bar.
He's gone to the bar! That's even better. Thank you to WOM is Watford Open Mic, and they use this space on a weekly basis for their open mics. The Dial Up is positioned at the Kitchen Croxley at the moment, but it's lovely to be here using their space, and they've generously provided the tech for us tonight. So can we give them a huge round of applause for their generosity and kindness in supporting all of our tech? It also means if anything goes wrong technically, hey, go to Nigel and to Daniel, and they'll help you out. They'll help you out. So thank you, Nigel. I think that's all fine. That's perfect. I'm going to do another song. This one's called All of Me, and it ties for me very much with LGBT Awareness Month. As a gay man who got married not quite a year ago, almost a year ago, to my husband, who we've been together for 7 years now, it's a really wonderful thing to be able to give all of myself to him in a way which is recognised socially and legally and in a way that wasn't recognised socially and legally when I was growing up, when I was young. So we've seen huge changes, and it's amazing to be living at a time where the world is, well, not all of the world, unfortunately, and that's something which we need to be mindful of as well, but more and more of the world is putting love first. And that's why I sing this song, All of Me, because it's no longer a secret thing or a shameful thing, it's something we can celebrate with every part of ourselves. All of me, why not take all of me? Can't you see I'm no good without you? Take my lips, I want to lose them, and my arms, I'll never use them. Your goodbyes left me with eyes that cry. How can I go on, dear, without you? You took the part that once was my heart, so why not take all of me? We need to do it at double that speed, Matt. let's give me a swing tempo. Here we go. All of me. Why not take all of me? Can't you see I'm no good without you? Take my lips, I want to lose them, and my arms, I'll never use them. My goodbyes left me with eyes that cry. How can I go on, dear, without you? You took the part that once was my heart, so why not take all of me? Thank you very much. Very good. Next two up, Neil and Ricardo. Do come and take your positions. It's my pleasure to introduce these two people to the stage. They've been long-term supporters of the Dial Up. And I should say, throughout this evening, given our theme, if there are any statements or comments you want to make, the Dial Up is always the friendliest, most supportive audience. You say what you have to say tonight and share your stories, share your views, share your opinions, should you want to. Should you want to. No requirements. Neil, up you come. Oh no!
Also looks like a pessimist.
I should have given you another 5 minutes to dry it up.
Oh, wonderful. It's not nerves, honest. So yes, good evening, everyone. My name is Neil. Oh, do you know, I've even forgot to put my bow tie on, so whilst I'm talking, I'll put on my bow tie as well. If I can still breathe, that is. People Southhand Coffee Cup. Marvellous. So, yes, the song that I'm going to be singing this evening is from the musical La Cage aux Folles. It doesn't really get more gay than this. And this song is rather special to me because this is a song that speaks to me personally not just as a gay man, but also as a Christian as well. So it's been very tough for me trying to put my Christianity alongside my sexuality. But I've come to a point where I am proud to say that I am gay and I am a Christian as well, which is a big thing for me. And so I give you this evening the big number from La Cage aux Folles, I Am What I Am. I am my own special creation. So come, take a look, give me the hook or the ovation. It's my world that I want to have a little pride in. My world, and it's not a place I have to hide in. Life's not worth a damn till you can say, hey world, I am what I am. I am what I am. I don't want praise, I don't want pity. I bang my own drum. Some think it's noise, I think it's pretty. And so what if I love each feather and each spangle? Why not try and see things from a different angle? Your life is a sham till you can shout out loud, I am what I am. I am what I am, and what I am needs no excuses. I deal my own deck, sometimes the ace, sometimes the juices. There's one life and there's no return and no deposit. One life, so it's time to open up your closet. Life's not worth a damn till you can say, hey world, I am what I am. Thank you.
Neil Maxfield, ladies and gents.
Thank you.
Don't go anywhere, are you crying now? I think after that you must be. It was a hot performance. Temperature. And I love the jacket and the bow tie. Gorgeous one. Made the effort. I have to say, I'm slightly dressed down, but I have gone for the appropriate socks.
Hey. I'm disappointed, not even a hat.
I know. I thought, I'm just doing a different side of the whole representation thing tonight. You know, so I had to
You should have the jeans tucked into the socks so everyone can see them properly.
Second half. Maybe last song. I'll do that. We thought we love performing together, so we thought we'd do a duet for you tonight as well. And it's very much on theme. So this is Loving That Man of Mine. Fish gotta swim, birds got to fly. I've gotta love one man till I die. Can't help loving that man of mine.
Tell me he's lazy, tell me he's slow, tell me I'm crazy, maybe I know. Can't help loving that man of mine.
goes away.
That's a rainy day.
But when he comes home, the day is fine, the sun will shine. He can come home late as can be.
Home without him ain't no home for me.
Can't help loving that man of mine.
Ricardo Fernandez, everyone.
I think we should dance. Well done as well. When he goes away,
That's a rainy day.
but when he comes home, the day is fine, the sun will shine. He can stay out late as can be.
Home without him ain't no home for me.
Can't help loving that man of Next people to thank, so many people. I've got to thank all of our people doing our ushering today. We've got Anthony on the back table there, who most of you will have said hello to on your way in. It's a free event tonight, but we're asking for those £5 donations, and everybody tonight who feels able to do that, it's my pleasure to give you a free copy of my young adult novel, His Hidden Wings, which deals with LGBT themes. Anthony's holding one up there. Do come and find me before you leave if you'd like it signed. I hear it reduces its value by about 50%. It's a nice memento. Here's the story of a boy called Aidan who on his 16th birthday magically and mysteriously grows a pair of tiny blue butterfly wings, and he has to kind of go through a whole journey of self-discovery to find out what that means for him and to grow confident enough to share them with the friends and family in his life. So it's a rites of passage story all about transformation and coming to terms with who you really are and recognizing that who you really are is beautiful even if it's different. So please do ask Anthony. If you've made your £5 donation, you've already got one of those books. There are a couple of my other books there which you're very welcome to have instead. It's my pleasure to welcome our next open micer up to the stage. He's conveniently located right at the front. So please put your hands together for David Morgan.
Oh.
Right, thank you. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, thanks, mate. Right, thanks, Nigel. Hi, everyone. Evening, and it's a great night, isn't it? I didn't realise there were so many of you actually sitting at the front. I couldn't see. I think I'll go home now. I wasn't quite sure what song to do actually, but I thought I'd do this one. It's because it takes you on a little trip up to outer space, you know. And I thought, well, the weather's got to be a bit better up there, less windy and breezy, you know. Surely to God. Mind you, you never know. So this one is called. And I usually when I do these notes, I mute the last string. My little thing gets in the way or something. But we'll see how it goes. And it's called "Family from the Stars." Thanks. miles from home, making a show of owning the sky, painting colours in the clouds with fields of energy and sound. People reaching out their hands in a bid to meet and understand that we have friends in this ever-expanding universe of life. And for those with eyes that want to see, there's a transformation of history. A family from the stars is showing the light. They're just like you and probably me, but in a higher dimension of reality. And expanded minds in humankind say everything's alright. Yeah, times are changing really fast, I know. The old is dying, not meant to last, it's melted slow. But don't be scared or put off your meal, 'cause nothing you see is that solid or real. Just give your heart to love and what you feel. And now it's century 21, and we'll soon be flying to another sun. And what's amazing to me is it was our destiny. And for those with eyes that want to see, there's a transformation of history. A family from the stars is showing the light. They're just like you and probably me, but in a higher dimension of reality. And expanded minds in humankind say everything's alright. Yeah, for those with eyes that want to see, there's a transformation of history. A family from the stars is showing the light. They're just like you and probably me, but in a higher dimension of reality. And expanded minds in humankind say everything's alright. Yes, expanded minds in humankind say everything's alright.
David Moorcroft, ladies and gents!
Good evening.
Absolutely wonderful. So there are a couple more front of house people to thank this evening, and they're doing the big job, the heavies, the bouncers. Probably past Simon on the door there. I hope you noticed him, otherwise he's not doing his job very well. But he's just out there to make sure, largely because the Pump House is quite a complex venue, as many of you who've been here will know. You can be coming to the Pump House and not sure whether you're heading to the main theatre space or the Colne River room, which is this room, or somewhere else. And so the number of people we've had to redirect to We Will Rock You is already quite large. So he's doing that for us. And our next guest has very kindly agreed to relieve Simon around halfway through. So Simon can come and perform, and he's going to go out and do that for us as well. So an extra huge round of applause, please, to the Dial Up co-resident poet, Brian Scott. Oh, do you need a hand with any of that, Brian?
No, it's all right, it's all right. It'll take me a little while. Talk amongst yourselves for a second.
Magic.
Put that there. Who said magic?
Is it, I did, Brian. Is it magic?
Yeah.
Well, I like magic.
You know, I've only had one run through of this. I'm really worried about this. I'll tell you. If I ever pick the wrong night to do something wrong. Now, yeah. Let me just set this up, make sure that goes there. I've often said, actually, for the Dial Up, I'm only here to make you realise how good everybody else is.
We appreciate it, yeah.
Right, hang on 1 second. Let's put that there. That there. That goes on there. That goes there. That goes there. And that comes out there. And where's the last thing? It takes longer to set up than do this, I tell you.
I see that.
Right. And that goes there. I think we're right. Now, put that there. Why are we waiting? Shut up!
Come on,
Yes, your 5 minutes done.
Right. Now, I think that's about right. Now, can you all see me above this here? This bit here, yes?
Yep.
Who said? I heard someone say yes, unfortunately. Right. Those of you that know the regulars at the Dial Up will know that normally I just get up with a sheet of paper and read a poem. So you must be so you must be wondering what all this is about. Now, you may think that I'm going to do some sort of puppetry. Well, no. I'm not.
Trade for penis.
But what I'm going to do is I'll give you a preview of the first and probably last performance of the full frontal nudity Punch and Judy. Don't blink or you'll miss it. Goes like this. Oh, that's all right. Shocking, I know. Too much sex and violence. But it isn't puppetry. So you may then be thinking, well, is it some sort of ventriloquism? Well, no, not really. Oh, hello, Barney. Hello. Say hello to the people, Barney. Hello. Barney. Yes? Can I ask you a question? Yes. Are you thirsty? Yes. What would you like to drink? Got again? Well, it isn't that, obviously, is it? No. I don't think Paul Durdan's got too much to worry about. So then, all right, someone said it. You're going to think, is it magic? And you're going to expect me to pull out a top hat and pull a rabbit out.
It's a rat.
I knew I should have done it.
It's a rat.
It isn't, however, right? As Brian Connolly might say, it's a poem. Of course it's a poem. Right, now what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to do a poem and I'm going to put some hats on. Now I have to tell you, I don't do hats. You're welcome to, well you will, Rolfe, I know. But can I ask you, please, would you help me out? Would you do a little bit of audience participation? Tell you what I want you to do, if I can find it. When I put, actually this is broken feather now, when I put this hat on, I want you to do this. I'm not going to tell you the wording, but it goes la-di-da-di-da, la-di-da-di-dee, and a Tyrolean gentleman went yodel-o-hoo-dee. That's what I want you to do. I want you to give me your very best yodel, all right? Now, we'll have a rehearsal, right? We'll have a rehearsal. Now, can we all take a deep breath, because you need a lot of breath. All deep breath, everybody. And can you all clear your vocal cords? Right, here we go. First rehearsal then, here we go. La-di-da-di-da, la-di-da-di-dee, and a Tyrolean gentleman went. Oh, what? That's brilliant. I didn't realise we had so many Swiss and Austrian people. I'll tell you what I was going to say. Well, no, we'll have one more. Let's do it one more. Now, come on. A little bit better than that. Here we go. La-di-da-di-da, la-di-da-di-dee, and a Tyrolean gentleman went. That'll do for me. That's brilliant. Right, here we go. This is called the Vagrant. Right. Now, I've only run through this, so it's going to be a bit disjointed, okay? Here we go. Can you see it? Yep. A city gent left home one day and walked to his garden gate. Now he's trying to catch the 7:15, so he didn't want to be late. As he stepped onto the pavement, a voice came from behind. He gritted his teeth, turned round and thought, whatever you do, be kind. A vagrant, a bag lady, a woman of the road was standing there in rags, carrying all her possessions in 2 carrier bags. Good morning, sir. I hope it is a very nice one for you. Now, I haven't had any breakfast. Could you spare a bob or two? The city gent said, not you again, but tell me, do. What makes you think the likes of me should feed the likes of you? Well, that's all very well, sir, she said, and I don't want to feel forsaken. It's just that I'd be happier with some sausage, eggs and bacon. This is the dead one. Just then, from round the corner, a policeman did appear. He said, hello, now just what have we are? Is this woman bothering you, sir? Looks like it, I must say. Say the word, and in a trice, I'll have her on her way. Little Tommy Jenkins. I've known you since you were that tall. Your father was a bookie, and your mother was a tart. And you can pack them off and on. Now then, madam. There ain't no need for that. Let's have some respect for the uniform and some respect for the act. Now, my father was indeed a bookmaker, and my mother a lady of leisure. But any more cheek from you, my dear, and you'll be serving at Her Majesty's pleasure. Right, where is it? There he is. A passing farmer said, here, now I don't agree with that. Now I've got respect for your uniform and I've got respect for your hat. Now I know I'm not the sharpest just coming up off the farm, but it seems to me that what she said, well, she's not doing any harm. A passing milkman said, I heard that. I think what he said was sound, but I can't stop because I'm running late and I'm only halfway through me round. Next. Oh, right, this is the door. An Oxford Don was cycling past. His black robes flowing in the wind. He decided to park his bicycle, walk over and join in. If I remember what he said. Using Pythagoras' theorem and Newton's laws a must, the pros and cons of this affair are open to debate, discuss. An Irishman, dressed as a leprechaun, vaulted a garden wall. He said, Jesus, to be sure, there's no harm here at all, at all, at all. Right, here we go. A crowd began to gather, for this was a sight to see. Here we go. And a Tyrolean gentleman went, right, here we go again. The city gent looked at his watch. He said, I've really no time for this. And if I don't get my skates on, my train I'm going to miss. The bag had he said, oh, blimey. What's up there? All this fuss and just for a couple of pounds. Mind you, there's enough of you in here, you could have a bit of a whip round. It's my head. Right. The policeman said, now move along, please. And no, I'm on me, Todd. If you don't break up this gathering, I'll call out the riot squad. Where is it? The farmer said, well, that's a bit harsh. We're only having a chat. The milkman said, I heard that again, and I only agree with that. He was talking like the farmer, did you not know that? Oh, right, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hang on. I've lost him. He's here. Back on again. It seemed like a good idea at the time. The Don said, we seem to have gone from begging to the implementation of the law. Do you know, I think there's a thesis in this, 1,000 pages or more. Oh, this is it. I will tell you this, said a French explorer, and I know this to be so, for I have travelled the Congo and up the Orinoco. If this woman is hungry, there is, in what she says, there is no harm, and she does not need to be hassled by some bullying gendarme. Forget the strap. There's nothing wrong with my arm, sir, and it is the strong arm of the law. And if you don't keep your comments to yourself, I shall give Hercule Poirot what for. Right, where are we? More of a crowd began to gather, for this was a sight to see, and a Tyrolean gentleman went,
Brian Scott, ladies and gents! What a roller coaster, that was wonderful. It is technically 5 minutes each, but seeing as there's about 15 different people there, so we'll let him off with that. I think that was wonderful, Brian, absolutely inspired. I think the only thing which left me slightly shell-shocked is when you called Sooty Barney.
Oh no, well, oh yeah, well he's the second cousin.
Oh, second cousin. Close relatives. I'm also surprised how much you actually look like Benny Hill.
Is that right?
Did that cross your mind? It was like the moment the milk went there and the hat was, I thought, I'm back, I'm watching. Thank you so much, Brian. It's our pleasure to introduce our next guest tonight. Please put your hands together for a lady who's going to sing an original song, The Darling Boy, with Susan Alexander on fiddle. It's Alison Raymond.
Yeah. It's really big. Orange pick just going. It's in the hoodie. I think we have Yeah, I sent her.
Very serious. And as soon as you went like that, it was like a big house.
It's Jake, don't go to school.
Sorry, the little dangling.
Yes.
Every time Just whilst they're setting up, ladies and gents, I will remind you there's no interval tonight. The bar is open all evening, so do help yourself to an extra pint if you like.
So, well, while we're just setting up the microphone, Susan, following that, nobody comes to me for enjoyable, funny songs. You come to me for misery, for pain, for suffering. And tonight you're getting it in spadefuls, because historically, of course, the military, the armed forces have often had a lot of difficulty with the gay lifestyle. And this song, you can interpret it in a number of ways. It could be a song of separation, it could be a song of parting, but either way, it's the army life that leads to that sadness. In the falling of the autumn leaves and the setting of the sun, the calling of the geese in a clear blue sky, in frost upon the gardens and in snowflakes everyone, we meet again, my love and I. Though oceans may divide us, we dwell beneath one moon. Swallow, take my spirit when you fly to a land beyond the desert sands, far beyond the dunes, where we meet again, my love and I. When danger lurks before you, you'll feel me at your side. When fear creeps in your heart, you'll hear my voice. When all but hope and faith are gone, still love won't be denied. You'll hear my song above the battle's noise. We may not share a warm embrace, nor taste a tender kiss, for the service of the crown is your employ. But when those cannons rattle and the cruel bullets fly, feel my arms around you, darling boy. When danger lurks before you, you'll feel me at your side. When fear creeps in your heart, you'll hear my voice. When all but hope and faith are gone, still love won't be denied. You'll hear my song above the battle's noise. When he comes home to England, a soldier boy no more, no rifle and no bayonet he'll carry, to fiddle, pipe and drum upon the dancing floor, before the priest my love and I will marry. To fiddle, pipe and drum upon the dancing floor, before the priest my love and I will marry.
Before I introduce our our next performer, Neil, did you want to take a moment to say something about every time I call on you, you're doing something which you shouldn't. See the splashing water of the nether regions, or head half deep in a bag of crisps. Do come up, walk us aside. You wanted to mention something you didn't have a chance to.
Thank you so much, Alex. I'm sorry about this. That song that I sung, I Am What I Am a cabaret performer, and I will be performing my next cabaret on the 20th of March at...
Toulouse-Lautrec!
Completely mind got blank. One glass of wine, all gone. At Toulouse-Lautrec, yes, Toulouse-Lautrec on the 20th of March at 7 p.m. Tickets are now available if you would like to come along and support. Thank you.
Thank you, Neil. And our next performer, all I know is that he's got another event later, so he asked to go in the first half. Please put your hands together for Leslie Tate. Are you okay with just the mic, Leslie?
Hi there.
Hi, Leslie. Just the mic, is that okay?
One mic there. Perfect. Okay, so my name's Leslie Tate. I'm 72. I'm telling you that because some of the things I'm going to tell you, that will tell you when they were. When I was about 5 or 6, I had a dream that I was taken to the woods by the bully boys and tied up to a tree, and the point was that I was wearing girls' clothes. In other words, I'm a non-binary person. I would say I'm more male than female. I do have white, middle-class male privilege, yes I do. But as I grew older, in those days, what I had to do was keep absolutely hidden. Because if my parents had known, of course, what would have happened would be I'd be taken to a psychiatrist and I would be given electric shock treatment to put myself off pictures of people cross-dressing. I would be called a transvestite, which I don't consider myself now. I did have the gender dysphoria. I'm not a transsexual. I do know people, by the way, who are transsexual and non-binary. It's very complex. But I did have gender dysphoria, and that meant that I would be in the bath and I would push my willy behind because it was terribly ugly and I didn't want it. I think part of that was also the story that some of the boys gave you, which was, you know, really degrading and horrible. And those days were pretty grim. So I was very hidden. Then I started to come out. That was wearing women's clothes at home with friends. And then I was forced out, and that's what I'm going to read to you about, being outed by the press. And yes, if I can find it. Got it. Oh, here we are. So this is from a book of mine, and it's called Heaven's Rage. It has a lovely picture of me. Sorry about this. Right, got it. During the 1983 Bermondsey by-election, the British press, tiring of their daily homophobic attacks on Peter Tatchell, picked up an article I wrote in the sexual politics section of a small but influential Labour journal. The article was about how I believed that cross-dressing challenged conventional ideas of masculinity. It included a picture of me in a dress. The journalists seized on my story, passing it around and featuring me on the inside page of nearly every single newspaper, printing my name, the street I lived in, and where I worked. The family-friendly Daily Mail reporter went further, ringing up my house, pretending to be a social worker, and asking my first wife how she felt about the damage I was supposedly doing to our children. My story ran for 10 days as the papers decided when to use my so-called confessional to fill a vacant column. There was no public interest justification for picking on me. I didn't hold public office and I hadn't committed a crime. I was an active constituency member of the Labour Party, and that was enough for their purposes. When the Sun printed my story, I was outed in front of the students at the London secondary school where I taught. It was the 4th day in my story, and I'd already been questioned by a few kids who got wind of something, but being on page 3 in the most read British newspaper guaranteed wall-to-wall notoriety. Realising I'd nowhere to go to, the apocalyptic words of the song Cinnamon ran through my head as I walked into school with 2,000 pairs of eyes trained on me. Well, that's how it felt. They were leaning out of windows and gathering at doors, awaiting my arrival, curious to see how I looked. Well, to be honest, most of that was in my head. But I knew they expected a dramatic entrance. Maybe I'd roll up as a drag queen. tiptoe in as a flower fairy, or appear in assembly as a panto dame. Certainly my status had changed. From now on I would be scrutinised for telltale signs, my hair length, my fingernails, the pitch of my voice, the way I walked. And I didn't give them cause when I was in hiding, guilty of a crime I tried to cover up. Coming out was a shock. It was as if I'd become a character in a TV expose. It felt like I was see-through, held up as something other. And my day clothes, male of course, couldn't hide me. I no longer possessed my own story. I'd become the property of the press, talked about and ridiculed and subject to false witness, so that the person I'd been no longer existed. My humanity had been brought into question. I was the sum of a number of derogatory terms, including weirdo, transvestite, deviant, and public enemy. The first day at school, I went in blind. I didn't quote my right to silence or claim mistaken identity, but I did hold out a hope that it might blow over. And at first, there was a lull. My own class refused to believe it. They didn't want me like that. And since they didn't ask, I didn't have to tell. They still respected me, and I preferred it that way. I felt like the captain of a ship surrounded by storms who keeps a quiet light burning on deck. But on the corridor, I was stared at by girls and avoided by boys who turned and flattened themselves against the wall as if I might carry a dangerous disease. The boys were particularly reactive. Behind my back, they sniggered or guffawed or muttered darkly, "Bums against the wall, lads." Others who were busy or not bothered walked past, ignoring me, while some, usually girls, stepped up and asked quietly, "Why do you want to do that, sir?" I soon came to realise that their sympathy, however well-intentioned, wasn't what it seemed. They weren't interested in learning about cross-dressing. What they wanted to know was, why do you do that at all? And ultimately, why can't you stop it? I found my reply. It's still with me today as the beginning of my story. I didn't try to offer theories, describe my experiences, or talk them through the long history of trans or non-binary people. When they asked me, "Why do you want to do that, sir?" I simply answered, "Why not?"
Leslie Tate, ladies and gentlemen.
Just tell you that I have a radio programme on Wednesday night. I've had Alex on it twice. It's on Radio Decorum on Wednesday night, 7 till 9. So if you want to listen to stuff like Alex and so on, just switch on for my programme, please.
Thank you. It's a brilliant show. Oh, what a powerful reading. Thank you, Leslie. And exactly the sort of thing we want to hear tonight. Opening up a lot of new ideas for some of us and pushing further the conversation and the dialogue for others. A brilliant, brilliant story. And I can't recommend his writing highly enough, and his radio show, in fact. And I think I'm right in thinking there's some video and film work related to those stories out.
Yeah,
but are they on YouTube?
Yeah, it's a Mark Crane's film, and Kian, who's here, sings in it.
Marvellous. Do go and ask Leslie if you've got questions.
Heaven's Rage.
Heaven's Rage. Do go and ask Leslie if you want more information, because that stuff's available to watch, and having watched it, it's powerful and moving. It's my delight to welcome this next gentleman to the stage. He's been a long-time supporter of the Dial Up. The only thing is, it makes me feel old when I do, because we both share the same name, and so the nicknames have become Alex the Younger for him, Alex the Older for me. Please put your hands together for Alex H.W. Do notice as well, Dial Up badges aplenty. If you see anyone wearing one of these Dial Up badges, it just means they're part of the Dial Up family. And there are lots of people in this room who are part of the Dial Up family, but who might not have their badge on today. If you'd like a badge, do come and ask me. But it's basically a reminder that the Dial Up is a friendly, supportive space where we celebrate community and creativity in all of its different forms.
Here, here.
Over to you, my friend.
Well, lovely to see such a wonderful crowd here tonight. That's slightly better home, yeah. So, what I'm going to perform for you tonight is it was originally written as the classic Elvis song, and it's also from a show that I'm involved in Radlett next month called All Shook Up, which uses Elvis's songs to tell the story of a small village in 1950s America, and it deals with love and identity and trying to find out sort of who you are and how you fit into a modern day society when so much around you is changing, because obviously so many things were happening in the 50s, particularly in the States in that time. So this is Can't Help Falling in Love with You. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with you? Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. Oh, I can't help falling in love with you. Thank you very much.
Alex H.W., stay right there, stay right there. Absolutely beautiful. And you might have noticed him looking wistfully and romantically in my direction over there. He was actually looking just over my shoulder at the gorgeous Sylvia right there. She was our first open mic up. And do you mind me embarrassing you?
Oh no, go on.
I've wanted to do this for a long time. This is the first time we've had the chance to announce that Alex recently proposed to Sylvia and they're now engaged to be married! We wish you every happiness together. Do
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Alex H.W. and Sylvia, ladies and gents. Time for some poetry as we welcome to the stage a new addition to the Dial Up family. She's been with us once before. We're at our new home at the moment is the Kitchen Croxley, just a couple of minutes from Croxley Tube Station. We're there on the second Friday of each month. And this lady joined us last month and shared some of her poetry. I'm so glad she's here to share some more tonight. It's Charlotte Harker.
I will read 3 poems. which fall under the overall title, Love and Other Catastrophes. Each poem has a different direction of travel through the complicated, chaotic, and confusing world of love and romance. The first poem is called Deep Fried Romantic. You are as romantic as a bag of chips, which is quite romantic. The thought of this gives me the lovely jitters, as I am reminded of our first date. By the riverside we'd shared a tray of cheeky little potato fritters. Of course, those early days are long past, but I am certain our love is timeless. And so, in honour of this, and if you're good, I'll treat you to a number 1 bride breakfast. This is called Great Lengths. I thought you loved me, but you moved to Alaska and never spoke to me again. Not long after I had exclaimed I wanted to spend more time with you. Great lengths you went to. Anchorage, I think, because of me. I nursed my self-esteem gradually to a rude health and muttered curses whenever your name was mentioned. I hoped you were freezing to death. Well, not really. Only that you felt the cold and so had a better idea of what it is like to be left out in it. This is called Fond. I am fond of fronds and fond of ponds. I am not fond of being conned, but I am fond of bath bombs, which are an aromatic coup. Don't you realise I am fond of you? I am fond of wands and fond of gongs. To my calls, I am not fond of how slow you are to respond. But I am fond of writing letters on paper by Basildon Bond. And don't you realise I am fond of you? The sparkly dress I donned and cooked you a meal that would impress. I knew that you were fond of dinner dress. Why don't you realise I am fond of you? When you are away, I am fond of the way in which you correspond. So short and so neatly sweet, which is all I need to know that you are safe. Though there is more to this than that, and now I realise that I am no longer fond of fond, which is insufficient to describe my nausea, my sleepless nights, my tears out of sight, as I confront the memories of unrequited, enduring love, then loss. These are my symptoms, and now I must myself fortify, because I am unable to deny the truth, that I am no longer fond, but I am instead, undoubtedly, in love with you.
Terrific. Everything we want from our poetry. Just a reminder, because we're about halfway through our performance this evening, that there's no interval tonight. If you need the bathroom, straight out to my left, those double blue doors. If you want to top up your pints or wine glasses, straight out to the double door to my right there. The bar is staying open all night. Please put your hands together for this merry band that is growing in number behind me every second. I'm standing off the stage advisedly. This is perhaps the biggest band of the night, led by sterling performer and dial-up favourite, Mr. Julian Mount, ladies and gentlemen. That's Alison.
Linda's there, she's just vocals. 2 fiddlers this side. Could we have reverb on everything?
Yeah.
So the guitar and all the mics.
Yeah, which cable did you just plug into your guitar? Oh, I see.
The green one is my guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta go sit. Saturday afternoon. Yeah. The following week I'll help you.
I hate all these lights.
Almost chaos tonight. We're the only act that needs 4 microphones.
If you never stood up here, you can't see anything. You're just blinded by the cute song.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, on your extreme right, Susan Alexander. Next along we have Alison Raymond. On your extreme left, Linda Birmingham. My name's Julian Mount, and this is a song dedicated to anyone in the audience, anyone at all. And you don't have to identify yourself. Anyone in the audience who might be harbouring a skeleton in their cupboard. 48 years of living, an angel in disguise. 48 years of loving, smiling with my eyes. 48 years of memories, neatly tucked away. When daylight dies, I hear them rise and dance upon their grave. What's that sound coming from the dresser on a night as black as pitch? What's that sound coming from the bureau? Do I dare turn on the switch? Bone stem, dry bones, all bleached and deathly white. I got skeletons in my closet and they're rattling tonight. The cheekbones connected to deceit bones and thereby connected to lies. I love you, said indiscriminately, make the sockets for the eyes. The love bones knock against the hate bones, and the fingers click in time. There'll be no sleep for the weary tonight, 'cause all these bones are mine. What's that sound coming from the dresser on a night as black as pitch? What's that sound coming from the bureau? Do I dare turn on the switch? Bone stem, dry bones, all bleached and deathly white. I got skeletons in my closet and they're rattling tonight.
my closet with names I cannot tell. Stories of bones I used to know, tales from heaven and hell. Hand bones hand in hand with leg bones, cry bones making signs. All these bones in my closet tonight who just won't say goodbye. What's that sound coming from the dresser on a night was black as witch? What's that sound coming from the bureau? Do I dare turn on the switch? Bones them, dry bones, all bleached and deadly white. I got skeletons in my closet and they're rattling tonight. What's that sound coming from the dresser on a night as black as pitch? What's that sound coming from the bureau? Do I dare turn on the switch? Bones them, dry bones, all bleached and deathly white. I got skeletons in my closet and they're rattling tonight.
Julian Mount, ladies and gents, joined by Nicky Birmingham, Alison Raymond and Susan Alexander. Wonderful song. Had a bit of you in there, Nigel. I think I heard a little chorus going on. Fantastic, fantastic. We move to poetry for our next open micer. Please put your hands together for Filmar. Bless Phil. I can see him in the back there.
Choose one, Michael.
He's here. He's in the room. He's in the building.
Oh dear. I'm here. Alex, I'm
Lovely
here.
to see you.
Right now. Oh, dear. Bit of this, I think. Yep. Welcome to Dress Down Saturday. Is it too much? Is it too much?
No, it's perfect.
Oh, good. Just let you see me. All right, couple of poems tonight. Can you hear me at the front?
Yes.
We don't care about the back, do we? Can you be good at the front? Right, so here's a couple of poems. One poem that kind of sets out some divisions, and another poem, hopefully, to bring us all together, triumphantly, magnificently, all together. We'll see how that works. All right. This first poem's called Natural Behaviour. It's sort of about me, sort of isn't. Perhaps it's about all of us. I'm a scrawny little chicken in a dither of confusion. I'm a growly, hunched old bear upon a rock. I'm a coily anaconda, crushing something in the jungle. I'm the one that spoils the V-formation flock. I'm busy, but I'm not a bee. I'm lazy, but I'm not a sloth. Hyenas laugh, but so do I, and I'm not one. I'm the fish that's out of water. I'm a lamb that's for the slaughter. I'm a lion with no pride, but lots of fun. I'm an octopus that's harmless, a koala that is charmless. I'm a worm that's even higher than a kite. I'm a dolphin that can't smile. I'm a friendly crocodile. I'm a centipede that's legless every night. So if you see me coming with my claws and fur and feathers and scales and fearsome constipated cough, It's not the mating season, but there isn't any reason why unrelated species can't get off. All right, here's the one that's hopefully going to bring us all together. What are we? We are humanity, are we not? Humanity. We're human. Most of us human. It's a little bit of caveman in all of us, perhaps even cave gender non-specific. We don't know. But we all share something. When politics divides us and culture confuses us, there are things that we must remember, and that is our common humanity. So I invite you all here tonight to join me. Join me in the League of Humans. Well, that is what we are. There's a chorus here. I'd like you all to join in with the chorus. If you can remember it, it's a bit complicated. And it goes like this. Join the League of Humans. We're all different, but the same. Join the League of Humans, 'cause humanity is our aim. Now, can you manage that? I'll guide you through it. Join the League of Humans. We're all different, but the same. Yes. Join the League of Humans, 'cause humanity is our aim. There are some verses. See if you agree. If you agree, then join in with the chorus at the end of each verse. Verse 1. We're dark, we're light, and some have hair. Our blood's a lovely red. We may disagree from time to time, but it doesn't mean I want you dead. Join the League of Humans. We're all different, but the same. Join the League of Humans, 'cause humanity is our aim. Verse 2. Take me to your leader. An alien might ask. Good luck with finding someone who is up to that fine task. Join the League of Humans. We're all different, the same. Join the League of Humans, 'cause humanity is our aim. Surely. Sorry. Quite nice, actually. Right, no, pay attention. Gender's not an issue. Which one do you want to use? If you don't like the one you were given, there's many you can choose. Join the League of Humans, 'cause we're different but the same. Join the League of Humans, 'cause humanity is our aim. Last verse. None of us are stupid. Work with me here. None of us are stupid. Some pray to God above. Some have no religion. But we all believe in love. Join the League of Humans. We're all different but the same. Join the League of Humans, 'cause humanity is our aim. I think we can agree on that. Thank you.
Ladies and gents. Humanity is our aim.
I try.
You succeed, sir. You succeed. Wonderful jacket, wonderful lead, wonderful performance. This next performance.
I'll leave it there and enjoy it, sir.
Oh, do you mind passing that jacket? Thank you. And in fact, oh yeah, that might not be going about. In fact, our next performer is the person who has been helping all of our performers this evening feel comfortable on the stage. And it's the first time I've met him this evening. He's been so helpful, such a charming, charming guy. Please put your hands together for Nigel Moorcroft.
Okay. I know that you can tell. So while she's setting up, just to say, my hands are going to be a lot less interesting than the last act. So don't think too harshly of them. Dan.
I thought it was acapella.
No.
Let me sort this out. Yeah, it's okay.
We had to get our own one wrong.
Yeah.
I'm ready. This one's called Delusion, and always makes me think of our current wonderful government. I'd rather live in delusion than this world of confusion. Truth hid by illusion, lies spread in profusion. So I'd rather live in delusion, in a world full of spies who tell deludering lies. On TV, fake news. What's true, there's no clue. Deceiving to tease or lying to please when truth hurts. I'd rather live in delusion than this world of confusion. Truth hid by illusion, lies spread in profusion. So I'd rather live in delusion, where we talk and we talk, but can we walk the walk? We live tangled lives, where a spider's web thrives. Should we cheat like the rest, or is honesty best when truth hurts? I'd rather live in delusion than this world of confusion. Truth hid by illusion, lies spread in profusion. So I'd rather live in delusion. Is it true, is it false? Go right, go left, or is center the best? Is it white, is it black, is it grey, is it green, all colours between? Should we tell them all what we have seen when truth hurts? I'd rather live in delusion than this world of confusion. Truth hid by illusion, lies spread in profusion. So I'd rather live in delusion. This life is so complex, I drink as a reflex. One blurs my senses, one baffles my brain. Too much reality like punches again, but it hurts. I'd rather live in delusion than this world of confusion. Truth hid by illusion, lies spread in profusion. So I'd rather live in delusion. That's my final conclusion. I'd rather live in delusion.
Wonderful. Nigel Moorcroft, ladies and gentlemen. It's just convenient, isn't it? But also it gives us an opportunity to say a little bit more about one. Just a quick hands up. Who's been to the Dial Up here?
You have, Dave, haven't you?
Lovely to see lots of hands up. Thank you, Dial Up family. Hands down. Hands up who's been to one Watford open mic. Lovely to see lots of hands up. Hands down. Hands up who's been to neither. It's your first time at either one of those events. Welcome, welcome to all of you. Tonight is all about synergy. Welcoming new people to open mic. Introducing one people to the Dial Up and the Dial Up to one. We all have the same intention, which is celebrating community and creativity in all of its different lights. And I want to thank Ellie for really taking the lead on that with Watford Open Mic. Do you want to take a moment to say something about it?
No, I'm just going to let Rana do it.
So yes, Watford Open Mic, Tuesday night. Join the Facebook group, Watford Open Mic Facebook group, to book your slot in advance if you would like to guarantee that you're going to play. And yeah, it's a great night. And come and do your thing, whatever that is. Play guitar, or read a poem, or do whatever you want to do. It's a good social group. We get lots of collaborations going. People join together and do things that they didn't expect to be doing. So it's quite interesting. Every Tuesday night. Come down. Okay, Debbie's going to join me now.
Just on the 20 seconds it takes for Debbie to come up here, I would recommend everybody who hasn't yet liked WOM or the Dial Up on their Facebook, get out your phone, go to Facebook, type in the Dial Up, type in Watford Open Mic and click like. We'll keep you up to date that way with all of our future events.
We wrote that. He wrote that himself.
That should be on now.
Hello.
Hello. Right, yeah.
This is a song by Ralph McTell.
Yay.
But before you get up and leave, it's not Streets of London. I promise. Okay, hang on, just got to adjust my hair and strap. It's just something I feel from way down inside. No use for you to try to conceal it. Something's gone wrong, you're unable to hide. Let me down easy, baby. Be so kind as to let me down slow. Let me down easy, baby. It's so hard to let go. We are not drifting, not with one of us still left holding the line, and the wind that blows you and sets your sails lifting blows cold on the woman who got cut loose behind. Let me down easy, baby. Be so kind as to let me down slow. Let me down easy, baby. It's so hard to let go. It's just something I feel from way down inside. No use for you trying to explain it. It's enough for me to know that you tried. Let me down easy, baby. Be so kind as to let me down slow. Let me down easy, baby. It's so hard to let go. Down easy, baby. Be so kind as to let me down slow. Let me down easy, baby. It's so hard to let go. It's so hard to let go.
Debbie Martins and Ellie Hill, ladies and gents. Absolutely wonderful. And the third WOM techie who has kindly been given their support to us this evening to grace our stage with a performance is another person I've only met tonight, but been blown away by his generosity and kindness and help, but also his musicianship. Please put your hands together for Daniel Hodge.
And Rana. Yeah.
So Daniel's going to do two performances back to back. The second is him with the original song, but firstly he's introducing his friend, the vocalist Rana, to join him. So let's welcome them both to the stage.
That's perfect. Yeah. Hello everyone. I'd like to thank Dan for letting me join him today. So we're gonna perform a Hosier song. It's called "Take Me to Church." This song has helped me a lot throughout my journey in terms of coming to terms with my sexuality as a bisexual person, and I feel it's a quite controversial song, but I think it's really helped a lot of people in the LGBTQ community, and I'm really glad that I get the chance to perform it tonight. Thank you. My lover's got humor. She's the gay girl at a funeral. Knows everybody's disapproval. Should have worshipped her sooner. If the heavens ever did speak, she's the last true mouthpiece. Every Sunday's getting more bleak. Fresh poison beaches. We were born sick, heard them say it. My church offers no absolute. She tells me worship in the bedroom. The only heaven I'll be sent to is when I'm alone with you. I was born sick, but I love it. Command me to be well. Amen. 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 Take me to church, I worship like a dog and the shrine of your lies. I'll tell you my sins and you can sharpen your knife off of me. That worthless stuff, the good God, let me give you my life. Take me to church, I'll worship like a dog and the shrine of your lies. I'll tell you my sins and you can sharpen your knife off of me. That worthless stuff, the good God, let me give you my life. I'm a begging of the good times. My love is the sunlight to keep the goddess on my side. She demands a sacrifice. Drain the whole sea. Get something shiny, something meaty for the main course. That's a fine looking high horse. What you got in the stable? We got a lot of starving faithful. That looks tasty, that looks plenty. This is hungry world. I worship like a dog, trying to realize. I'll tell you my sins and you can sharpen your knife off of me. That worthless death, the good God, let me give you my life. Take me to church, I'll worship like a dog at the shrine of your lies. I'll tell you my sins and you can sharpen your knife off of me. That ruthless death, the good God, let me give you my life. No masters or kings when the ritual begins. There's no sweeter innocence than your gentle sins. In the madness and soil of that sadly sing, only then I am human, only then I am clean. Like a dog at the shrine of your lies. I'll tell you my sins and you can sharpen your knife off of me. The deathless death, the good God, let me give you my life. I'll worship like a dog at the shrine of your lies. I'll tell you my sins and you can sharpen your knife off of me. The deathless death, the good God, let me give you my life.
Nah, because I need the piano.
Yeah, I'm not carrying that one. Well,
It sounded great. It sounded great. I'm going to be the yellow right.
right hand, left hand.
1, 2, 1, 2. Right. Okay, how do I sound? Can't really hear myself, so.
You sound great.
Good. That's what we want. Okay, so I've done this song a few times here before. It's called Borderline. Yeah, let's just go for it.
Sometimes I say things that I don't mean to others, to push them all away, or else they'll fall astray. Oh, I do this to to cover for myself each other. There's not for us to tell, but wait to start anew. See to die, consume my every fiber. I fucking love you, I fucking hate you. This is the only way. Take a break from all pernicious heartache. Wanna know you, wanna song you, or at least that's what I'll say. The times we should for us, I miss us, great moments. I try to find a play to make you want to stay. Oh, there's something about you I do crave for myself, but it's all gone to waste. For I could not keep pace. Seeds of doubt consume my every fiber. I fucking love you, I fucking hate you. This is the only way. Take a break from all pernicious heartache. Wanna know you, wanna song you, or at least that's what I'll say. This is the only way. This is the only fucking way. I fucking love you, I fucking hate you. Wanna know you, wanna song you.
Bringing a youthful vernacular to the evening's I have to say, I fucking loved it. Marvellous stuff. We move rather towards some comedy monologues now, perhaps. Let's see. Please put your hands together for Simon. I must say a special thank you because Simon was the second of our second of our front of house helpers helping at the entrance door. We're so busy tonight. You actually had a bit of a tough job. You had to put the muscle in.
I did actually. I did.
Thank you for that. Much appreciated. Simon, ladies and gents.
Yeah, which mic is that?
I'm all right. Yeah, thank you so much. For people I know who know me anyway, hello. People who don't want to know me, thank you very much. But just want to apologise to the people because I was given the job of being doorman, and it went in my head a little bit. You're not coming in tonight, son. Don't like the look of it. Don't like the look of it, son. Sharon, I must apologise. I think we said to her at one point, would you mind leaving the building? Yeah. So it went to my head a bit, so I do apologise. But I tell you what, I mean, it's so cold out there. It was freezing. At one point I tripped up, I think I put a crack in one of my socks, actually. Not sure, but anyway, I'm not doing comedy, attempt at comedy. I normally, people who know me, I do silly things, and I attempt comedy. I say attempt. But tonight I'm just going to do something a little bit more serious. Story I've written. I'm not doing it in character, I'm doing it as myself. Well, almost as myself. Not quite as myself, because, you know. But anyway, I hope you like it. It's a story. It's no longer than 5 minutes, so if you want to go to the toilet, can you do it now before I start? Would you mind all for you? Thank you. Anyway, I hope you like it. It's called The Time Announcement. There's going to be an announcement tonight. John knew it. Yeah, he knew it. Even before he set off for the evening, he knew that much. The time announcement. It can't be avoided. Well, maybe it could by others, but not John. He was at its mercy, and he knew exactly who to blame. The government. Well, they played their part, that's true. I mean, John wasn't allowed to be free. That's how he felt, how he saw things. Though the government insisted, he was. All part of the illusion. That's what he told himself anyway. But it ran deeper than that. You see, John took this seriously. Maybe too seriously. He understood there had to be rules, regulations. Everything has limitations. And it's not as if he hadn't heard the announcement before. He had, many times. But this time would be different. A man's voice. A familiar voice he'd heard years before, but never in this place. His temple. That's what he called it. His sanctuary. A place to hide. But hide from what? He was never able to figure it out. Though to others this may have seemed obvious. John was different. Strange. Harmless, but to be avoided if possible. Well, truth be told, John was hurting inside, unable to connect with anyone or to express any human emotion. He'd been that way since childhood. A confession from his great-grandmother of stolen love, which resulted in the death of a young girl, sort of that. John took that story to heart. It had a profound effect on his young mind and coloured the way he saw relationships. He'd been in love once, only once, and when he finally admitted it, he changed for a while. Then that person was gone, and that world ended. But the loneliness didn't. He told himself, it's not going to get to me tonight. And that worked for a while, but deep down he knew eventually the time announcement will have to come. So it didn't work for long. It never did. This announcement meant he had to go back. Back to what? A cold room. There's no one there. It's empty, apart from a box of memories. There's a wooden chest full of old photographs, records, books and the like. He stopped gathering things years ago, but couldn't bring himself to throw out his past. John's past. Well, he has regrets, but who hasn't? That's why he goes to the temple. It just helps. He doesn't mix with the other worshippers, apart from the occasional nod or pat on the back, but still feels he's part of something when he's there. The time announcement was always there, though, in the back of his mind, beyond his control. I suppose you could say, got himself to blame. Many would. And it's true. He didn't have to hear it. He didn't have to be there. This was a decision John made himself. And he made it willingly. He could have avoided the announcement. There were alternatives. But that would have meant isolation. Made him feel more of an outcast than he already was. A different person. John liked who he was. When he was in the temple anyway, he felt comfortable there. He never wanted to leave. And years ago, it was more controlled than now. There was less time. So there was something to be grateful for, John thought. Some people even look forward to this announcement. It's a way out for them. Others dreaded it better. While some took no notice at all, spent the time they had left smiling at each other. In denial, maybe. John always found that strange. They may say, he's overreacting. It's nothing. But that just shows their ignorance. To John, this was everything. If there were no time announcement, my life would be better, he thought. Much better. It'd be easier for me. It'd be easier to deal with all this. The original idea put in place by the government was that the time announcement would protect people from themselves. But John didn't need protecting. Even if he lost his job, he could always earn a living working from home if he needed to. He just didn't care anymore. Like I say, John has regrets. He's given those companies the best years of his life. And for what? He can never get the time back. His priorities were all wrong. Even when his boyfriend Jake, he killed himself. He went to work the next day. Not like his father before him. He was never in work, officially, but always seemed to be able to find money. A gambling man who wasn't afraid to use his belt if the mood took him. If it hadn't been for the time announcement, John would never have seen him. So you can see the seed of fear for this announcement was planted at an early age. And that fear runs deep tonight. Just minutes to go now, John's feeling anxious. He's ignored for the moment, but that won't last for long. Some people are leaving already. He avoids eye contact and hangs back. But it's no good. He's bound to be seen. Things are moving fast. Far too fast. Time is going. Here it comes. The time announcement. Here it comes. Ladies and gentlemen, time now, please. Ain't you got no home to go to? Look, it's my licence, not yours. Ladies and gentlemen, time now, please. Thank you ever so much.
Simon Lawden, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely wonderful stuff. And I must say, that was perfect timing because I need to make a time announcement now. It is 9:30 coming up to. And so it's important for me to mention because I know parking around here is challenging, and so some people need to be aware that they might be coming to the end of their time periods, etc. We have 4 more acts lined up in order: Linda Birmingham, Paul Murray, Amanda Rolfe, and Kian Davis. Is there anyone in the room who wanted to perform who I haven't mentioned there? So we're not forgetting anyone. That covers it? Excellent. So we'll be done around 10 to 10 if that helps as well with people planning with their parking. So, did I hear someone shout? No? Okay, silence! Well, across the room. Yeah. Well, exactly. On that note, let me welcome to the stage a dear friend of the Dial Up, the wonderful Linda Birmingham! Yay!
I think everybody's too young for that joke, aren't they? I haven't got my guitar yet. Yes, I've learnt I can only do one thing at a time.
We're going to play it and then sing it together.
That might
Guitar first, then the words.
Yes. No, I'm not near enough to the microphone. I need help, Nigel.
Well, I can't do. What are you trying to do?
I need the microphone. I need to be able to read it. Thank you. Woo!
Nearly got the sound.
Agile recovery.
I'm not really shaking, but it just looks like it's shaking. That's really loud.
Okay, now.
Right. Thank you, Christine and Ellie, for doing Let Me Down Easy by Ralph McTell. Easy was the first album of Ralph's I ever heard, and I was just taken by him. But this isn't a Ralph McTell song. This is a song by Dougie MacLean. It's a new one for him. He wrote it in lockdown, and it's called Hold You Up. Listen to me and I'll tell you what the old man said. It isn't difficult, believe me, it's all inside your head. Standing here as naked as the day that we were born. One step forward, then another step, and then we must return. Chorus. I'm gonna hold you up, on that you can depend. I'm the crazy fool that will be here until the end. I'll hold you up, keep you turned into the light. Chase away your dangers, push your troubles out of sight. I'll hold you up. You can join in with the last hold you up if you want. Hold you up. They say we're on our own, but really that is not exactly true. We're all connected to each other no matter what we do. Every action's consequences we may never see. Circle turning, ever turning, turning endlessly. I'm gonna hold you up, on that you can depend. I'm the crazy fool that will be here until the end. I'll hold you up, keep you turned into the light. To chase away your dangers, push your troubles out of sight. I'll hold you up. I'm gonna hold you up. Let's take a toast together wildly as we lose another day. All souls united, we wouldn't have it any other way. And like the dancer who with magic glides across the floor, we're all just Mother Nature's children knocking at the door. I'm gonna hold you up, on that you can depend. I'm the crazy fool that will be here until the end. I'll hold you up, keep you turned into the light. Chase away your dangers, push your troubles out of sight. I'll hold you up, all together. I'm gonna hold you up. Well done. Listen to me and I'll tell you what the old man said. It isn't difficult, believe me, it's all inside your head. Standing here as naked as the day that we were born. One step forward, another step, and then we must return. I'm gonna hold you up, on that you can depend. I'm the crazy fool that will be here until the end. I'll hold you up, keep you turned into the light. To chase away your dangers, push your troubles out of sight. I'll hold you up. I'm gonna hold you up. I'll hold you up. I'm gonna hold you up.
We move immediately across to Paul Murray.
Okay. Well, Nigel just sorting that out. Evening, everyone. Lovely. Don McLean famously or infamously said that the day, February the 3rd, 1959 was the day the music died. I think we've shown that isn't the case. Maybe he was being metaphorical. So I'm going to do a little medley tonight of some Buddy Holly songs.
Oh, lovely.
One or two of which you may know, or maybe even recognise. I'm going to do a tricky intro, get it out of the way early. Maybe. Actually, I can't see, I'll skip the intro. Well, that'll be the day. Well, that'll be the day when you say goodbye. Yeah, that'll be the day when you make me cry. You say you're gonna leave. I'll start again. Sorry. I'll try the intro again.
Go.
Well, that'll be the day when you say goodbye. Yeah, that'll be the day when you make me cry. You say you're gonna leave. You know it's a lie, 'cause that'll be the day when I die. Maybe, baby, I'll have you. Maybe, baby, you'll be true. Maybe, baby, you will love me someday. It's funny, honey, you don't care. Never listen to my prayer. Maybe, baby, you will have me someday. There comes a time for everybody when true love will come your way. There comes a time for everybody. That's what they tell me, that's what they say. I didn't hear you say a word when that time would be. I only know that what they say did not come true for me. You just keep waiting, love will come your way. That's what they tell me, that's what they say. Well, alright, so I'm going steady. Well, alright, that people say that these foolish kids can't be ready for the love that comes their way. Well, alright, live and love with all our might. Well, alright, a lifetime love will be alright. Alright, so I'm being true. Well, alright, let people know about the dreams and wishes we wish in the night when lights are low. Well, alright, live and love with all our might. Well, alright, a lifetime love will be alright. Oh my love, oh my kisses, you don't know what you did missing, oh boy. When you're with me, oh boy, the world will see that you were meant for me. All my life I've been waiting, tonight there'll be no hesitation, oh boy. When you're with me, oh boy, the world will see that you were meant for me. Clouds appear and the shadows are falling. You can hear my heart calling. A little bit of loving makes everything right. And I'm gonna see my baby tonight. All my love, all my kissing. You don't know what you did missing, oh boy. When you're with me, oh boy, the world can see that you were meant for me. Oh boy!
famous, isn't it? I found you in.
Do you reckon?
I don't mind coaching on something like that.
Yeah. Is that okay? Can you hear me?
Yes.
So, my name's Amanda Rolfe. I'm new to the scene, and this is my second time on stage, so be gentle with me. So I've been told I'm a natural storyteller, so I'm going to tell you a story, and it began 20 years ago when I spent a night with a woman. Well, I say a woman, she was in her late teens, so I put that to the back of my memory, until she moved to the next town just before lockdown, and boy did all those feelings come back. So I've written a book, 77 poems, trying to figure this woman out. Now my ex, so now you know the ending. So I've only got 5 minutes, so I've selected a few poems, but you might have to read between the lines. I imagine the lesbians and all should be pretty talented at that. I wish I'd taken my master's degree in telepathy rather than fine art, and it might have been more useful for this new lesbian life I've chosen for myself. So clear communication, or lack of it, seems to be the norm, leaving you in limbo, or limbo land. The theme I've chosen for this set. Can anyone relate? I imagine. So this word limbo is brought up at my weekly therapy sessions, so much so that my therapist looked it up, and according to the Cambridge and Urban Dictionary, limbo is a place where souls go after death, waiting to be sent to heaven or hell. Christ, no wonder we don't like it there. So being a Scouser, I like to tell it like it is. So mixed messages is a one-way ticket to limbo land, my least favourite place to be. Texting is tricky, dangerous almost. Reading between the lines, filling in the blanks, overthinking, second-guessing, so depressing. Limbo land and holiday, now that's a lot of fun. Will she, won't she, does she, doesn't she, can she, can't she? Fucking see what this is doing to me. Subtle changes in emoji choices set alarm bells ringing. Swapping hearts for roses, kisses for kittens. What can it all mean? I've been relegated from lover to friend. I can't pretend this substitution is welcome. It's not Tesco home delivery. You swap like for like. You can't swap love for like. All eggs in one basket. Are we making this omelette or not? So in the very short time I've classified myself as a lesbian, just under 2 years, I've worked out the main reason for mixed messaging leading to limbo land is almost always an ex hovering in the background or a new love interest popping up. I've had this checked and qualified by long-term or lifer lesbians, as I like to call them. So am I right in thinking that dating a lesbian is a bit like using a self-service checkout? It's never straightforward. There's always somebody you recognise in the queue. And just when you think it's going well, there's an unexpected item in the bag in it. Attachment style, we all have our own. Your avoidance plays havoc with my insecurities. Quality time for peace of mind, not a holding pen until you can fit me in. I've been on holiday for a week and another week of unwanted holiday given by you. You might as well live, we live so close, but you might as well live in Timbuktu, because I can't get close to you. If this is the honeymoon period, I'm not sure I should wait around till we hit a rocky patch. It would be the straw that broke a camel's back. Cold feet, second thought, but no more second chances. Third time lucky, I'm feeling less plucky as mixed messages enter my brain. It's difficult to say chipper with everything up in the air. How long do you hold on for? A day, a week, a month, living with that pit in the bottom of your stomach? Actions speak louder than words. Hearing action is deafening. I can hardly hear myself think. Give her time. Be patient. I try to calm myself. I'm anything but calm. I can't stand the waiting to see if she's brave enough to fight her feelings of anxiety, to stop self-sabotaging and finally give in to true love. Why, thank you. She opened her heart for a very short time. I thought everything would be fine. I told 800 lesbians on a singles chat. The love of my life is back. I must have looked a right prat. 3 weeks of passion and hard signed all my love. Dreams of moving to the coast. Even marriage was mentioned in passing. I was walking on air. I thought everything I wanted right there. It didn't take long for the fear to set in, and she started to close up again, pulling back a bit more each day, letting her mind convince her heart she'd made a mistake. This was not an isolated incident, a serial offender no less. This time will be different, I told myself. She's come to her senses at last. Alas, I was wrong. Her mind was strong, in constant conflict with her heart and mine. I've got to get out, I told myself, as the self-preservation kicked in. I'd done most of my healing already, a rainbow book full of evidence in black and white. A clean break is the only solution from someone whose boundaries are as blurred as hers. I could tell she regretted letting me go almost immediately as she tried to kiss me. I pulled back, self-esteem, integrity intact.
I can tell there are a lot more stories there. You need to come back. You need to come back for the dial-up and get us through those 77. Please put your hands together for Kian Davis.
Oh, you ain't? You need to go. I think I've seen you the other night. Yeah, you've been here before. Did you do a song I remember hearing once and I liked it?
That's another tall one, sorry. Howdy. See, this is where we see if this works. Oh yeah, there's a light, there's a little light. I'm in a muddle now, I've got a choice of 2 songs.
No time, no time. One.
You regret saying that, but... Alright, then I won't use my guitar for the first one.
There's no time, you have to do one.
I have to do one.
I know.
Oh.
The first one.
Do one. So we got like, they're both sea themed. I unintentionally dressed like a pirate today.
Sea shanty!
I do live on a boat. So yeah, we got sea shanty or we got Proud Mary.
Proud Mary!
Oh, we do it. Applause. Mate. I'm going to really milk it. Proud Mary? Yeah! Or sea shanty? Yeah! I think the sea shanty wins. I do the sea shanty, which I haven't rehearsed, and it's an original, so if I get the words wrong, you won't know them, but it requires audience participation. You put your foot in it now. I actually live on a boat. It's not a good place to live when you have the worst storm in 30 years. So yesterday was spent with a lot of anxiety and pulling ropes. Let me find my pitch, and then I'll drag you guys in as well. Yeah, we'll go. So I need you guys to sing along a little bit. It's very simple though. And if
So the audience.
Yeah. I need you guys to give me an. Oh. Keep it going. We can go a bit slower. I went sailing one fine morning, misty seas, no wind, no rain. I went out one frosty day to the eerie waters, calm refrain, rode a catch my fortune, hoping it be found. There ain't gladly rowing, I unknowing, I may ne'er see land again. Oh, oh, you're a fantastic crew. Oh, sudden winds came blowing over, stormy skies were changing fast. Sudden wind tossed and turned my tiny craft. Mighty waves crashed down upon me, twixt the icy cruel wind's blast, tore my sail and took my oars. It turned my sailboat to a raft. Oh, 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 I was crawling, barely moving, storm clouds rolled away, and in there, albatross were flying past. Sunset slowly, winds blew coldly. In my mind, one final task. Past all hope, I'm tying rope to make a gallows of my mast.
Kian Davis, ladies and gents.
Unfortunately, there's no time. I did have Proud Mary on my list, but we chose the sea shanty. Them's the breaks.
Thank you for singing along.
And I must say, I loved the melody. I loved it. Happy there. There's a few things I need to say before we close. Loads of thank yous to give. But the most important thing is I want to say thank you to all of you for supporting the Dial Up by coming this evening. If you've supported by donating your £5 as well, we really appreciate that. I'll be hanging around afterwards. If anybody does want me to sign the book that they've taken, then I'd be delighted to do that. I really want to put a word in for the Pump House itself as well, which as an institution in Watford is often overlooked. We all know the Coliseum, we all know the Palace Theatre, we sometimes ignore the Pump House, and we really oughtn't to. It's one of the cultural highlights of our town. So thank you for being here today, and do come back again through the year. We hope to make this an annual event, but we've got WOM every Tuesday, we've got live traditional jazz every Thursday, there are loads of clubs and societies based here. Find out what's going on at the Pump House and do come along. They've got a roof appeal going on at the moment because they really want to change the roof in the main theatre space. And so they need our support. Please do come and support. And a simple thing you can do to support, just as you may have done tonight for WOM and for the Dial Up, is follow on Facebook. If you enjoyed tonight, give them a message, either on Facebook or just on email. Let them know that you love what they're doing, because it all helps. We're going to do a group song to finish. Do stay behind afterwards if you'd like to. We're going to do a group photo up here. It's a great way of sharing the enjoyment that we've shared together tonight. The song is on the back of the flyers on your table, so you can have a look now if you'd like. I must thank all of the Watford Open Mic people: Ellie Hill, Nigel Moorcroft, Daniel Hodge, and Scott Alcott. Can we give them a huge round of applause for managing all of the tech and the setup for us this evening? We hugely appreciate it. My pianist Matt Wakefield has had to dash, but Ricardo is here. Do you mind taking the piano? We'll be hugely grateful to you, and thank you for giving your musicality for us tonight to share with that final song. Thanks to our our front of house helpers, Anthony Falami, Simon Lorden, Brian Scott. Huge round of applause for them. And to Tony Birch for taking photos all night. We our performers. We're already running over time, so I can't read all the names.
Alex,
out,
I think everyone should stand up for this. If they can stand up.
Of course they can.
Do it.
I like that you're already on
Mum.
your feet. You're raring and ready to go.
Appreciation.
Yes. Thank you to all of our performers. We really appreciate you sharing your creativity with us tonight. But also, and it's not overlooked, thank you all for being a brilliant audience, for listening, for sharing your generosity of spirit through applause and cheers and laughter. It's made all the difference tonight. So as our friend with Duracell bunny energy has reminded us, up on our feet please, ladies and gents, those who feel able. Let's join in this last song. It is Our Love Is Here to Stay, because we're celebrating LGBT Awareness Month, and love is love, and it should all be celebrated, it should all be respected, and it is here to stay. Over to you.
Got church.
It's very clear, our love is here to stay. Not for a year, but ever and a day. The radio and the telephone and the movies that we know may all be passing fancies, and in time they go. Oh my dear, our love is here to stay. Going on a long way. Time the Rockies may crumble, the boats may tumble, they're only made of rain. But our love is here to stay.
If you are a performer and want to be included in our final photo, please do come up onto the stage now. Come straight on up.
Alex's phone or your phone? My phone. Is it
Audience as well. Audience as
my
well.
performance of what I am, what I am? Yeah, I'll see what I can do for you. Shall I give you my email? Yeah.